Well, all of the Bay Area food banks are going through their own set of crises right now, all of it tied to COVID-19, and they're coming up with their individual solutions. The bottom line is that they are keeping the food moving, but they desperately need some help. The filling of food boxes moves like an assembly line at the Second Harvest Food Bank. In the past, the workers would all be volunteers, but because of COVID, corporations that used to send volunteers have stopped, and about half the people working here are hired help.
If we don't get enough volunteers, we have to hire temporary labor. That could cost us $50,000 every 2 weeks. It's not sustainable for us to do that long term.
In Santa Rosa, the Redwood Empire Food Bank has so many warehouse workers and truck drivers out with COVID or quarantine, the CEO has had to jump into the driver's seat to make deliveries.
The way I characterize what we're experiencing now is sort of a disaster within a disaster.
And that's from an agency that's worked through fires, floods, and earthquakes.
We saw a 45% decline in the amount of staff available to come to work. It will be temporary and they will all return, but it's really required all hands on deck.
The worker and volunteer shortages come when food banks are seeing their greatest demand. Second Harvest says there's an 80% increase in need compared to pre-pandemic levels.
We're getting a lot more clients that are saying they have to shelter at home, so we're getting an increased request for home delivery, so we definitely need home delivery volunteers.
At Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano, volunteers are responding to the call for help. Listen to what one of them said about helping in a time of need.
It's really a great feeling. It's just the feeling of being like productive, you know, you feel like you did something and you like kind of, you know, actually contributed to something.
And besides volunteering in person, food banks are also looking for more cash donations to help pay for more food and the fuel to keep the delivery trucks running. In San Jose, Len Ramirez, KPIX 5.